Block 1. Acknowledging pain. You're not alone. When nothing seems to work, pain feels personal, like there's something wrong with you. But the truth is, you're not alone, and you're okay. Hey, if you've turned on this video, it means you're tired. Tired of things falling apart. Tired of trying your hardest, and the world seemingly not noticing. Tired of waking up and not knowing why you even get out of bed. Everything you've tried hasn't worked. Everything you've hoped for hasn't come true. Everything you feared has become reality. Right now, you might be on the edge, between continuing and simply giving up. I want you to know, you're not alone, and you haven't broken. It's not something's wrong with you. It's a human experience. We're taught from childhood to be strong, to smile, to hold on, not to complain, to show results. But no one teaches us how to cope with times when things aren't going according to plan. When you're trying, striving, and enduring, but there's no way out. In those moments, it feels like you're just defective, not the way you should be. But let me tell you this, you're not a mistake. You're not a failure. You're a person going through a difficult time. We all have these periods. And the most dangerous thing isn't even the setbacks. The most dangerous thing is isolation. The feeling that only you are struggling, that you're weak, that you can't cope, while others seem to be living normal lives. It's an illusion. We live in an era of glossy stories. We see beautiful photos, inspiring speeches, victories, success. But rarely does anyone talk about the real thing. The panic at night, the tears in solitude, the pain, the fear of being nobody. That's why this conversation is important. Because we start with the most important thing, acknowledging. Sometimes life falls apart, and that's normal. Sometimes nothing works out. It's not the end, it's a turning point. Sometimes you don't see the meaning, but it's there, and you'll find it. When nothing works out, you lose more than just your goals. When things go wrong, you lose more than just the results. You lose the feeling of control, faith, meaning, and self-worth. You ask yourself, why am I even trying? Who am I if I don't have success? Maybe I'm just a failure. How much longer do I have to endure? Maybe I should just throw everything away. These questions aren't a sign of weakness. They are a sign that you're thinking, analyzing, living, and that's already important. It means you haven't broken. It means you're in the process. Why does it hurt so much? Our brains are wired to perceive failure as a threat to survival. When we experience setbacks, especially after effort, pain centers in the brain are activated, the same ones triggered by physical injury. You truly feel pain, and that's physiology. You're not weak, you're just human. But the good news is that pain isn't the end. It's a signal to stop, to look inward, to switch gears, to pause. Sometimes when nothing works out, it's not a failure. It's a pause that saves you from the wrong path. Stories not told on Instagram. Oprah Winfrey was fired from television in her youth with the comment, "You're not right for the screen." Steve Jobs was fired from his own company before Apple brought him back as a savior. Jim Carrey lived in a van and wrote himself a check for $1 million, which seemed like a fantasy at the time. J.K. Rowling was a single mother without a job, with rejections from dozens of publishers. Each of them had a moment when nothing worked out, and all they had was themselves, their passion, their faith, or at least their stubbornness to continue. Your pain isn't weakness, it's a growth point. That you don't give up even when it seems like everything is against you, that's already a victory. You don't have to be strong every day. You don't have to pretend everything is fine. But if you want to get through this, you need to give yourself permission to be alive, to be vulnerable, to be real, to be tired. You have the right to cry, stumble, lose faith. But you also have the right to get back up, try again, change your path. What's important to remember right now? 1. You're not alone, and you haven't broken. Your emotions are real, but they aren't you. You are deeper than that. 2. Pain isn't the enemy. It's a messenger. Listen to it. She says, you're tired. You're hurting. It's time to rest. It's time to regroup. 3. You don't have to know the whole path. One step is enough. 1. Small. Forward. Or at least, not backward. Conclusion of the first block. You won't go crazy. You're already coping. You just don't see it. You continue to listen. That's a sign of strength. Your inner self hasn't given up, and it will lead you to where you'll see the light again. If you're ready, let's move on to the second block. Why setbacks hurt so much, and how to prevent them from destroying you. Block 2. Why failures hurt so much, and how to stop them from destroying you. Failure is not a sentence. It's a mirror reflecting your beliefs. But you are more than your failures. When we face a series of setbacks, it rarely ends with just external problems. Job loss, rejection, failed exams, relationship breakdowns, debt. These are all external events. But the real pain is internal. Failure doesn't break us because we didn't achieve something. It hurts because it challenges our fundamental sense of self-worth. If I didn't succeed, does that mean I'm a failure? If I was rejected, does that mean I'm not good enough? If I didn't manage it, maybe I'm not meant for this. It's these hidden beliefs that make setbacks so devastating. Why the brain fears failure. Our brains are evolutionarily programmed to avoid pain and rejection. In ancient times, being a failure meant being ostracized from the tribe and therefore dying. This explains our hypersensitivity to setbacks. The brain doesn't distinguish between I didn't get the job and I wasn't accepted into the pack. In both cases, a powerful stress response is triggered. Cortisol fear, self-criticism, paralysis of the will. And now you're not just not getting the results, you're falling into an emotional pit, hard to climb out of. The belief, I am my achievements. This is where the real trap lies. From childhood, we were praised for grades, medals, achievements. We were rarely taught to love ourselves simply for existing, not for the result, but for the act of being. Therefore, when we don't succeed, everything that supported our sense of being good crumbles. We think, if there's no result, there's no meaning. If there are no victories, there's no worth. But the truth is different. Your value isn't in what you've done. Your value is in who you are. You are not just the sum of your successes. You are a person capable of feeling, thinking, trying. You are a story in progress. You are not a page. You are a whole book. How the self-destructive cycle works. This is how an internal crisis typically unfolds when things aren't going well. 1. You suffer a setback. You don't get the expected outcome. 2. A negative interpretation kicks in. This is because I'm worthless, weak, a failure. 3. You lose motivation and self-esteem. You start avoiding attempts, freeze up. 4. Avoidance leads to stagnation. Fewer attempts, fewer chances for success. 5. New failures reinforce old beliefs. I knew I wouldn't succeed. 6. The cycle repeats. This is a destructive circle, and it has nothing to do with objective reality. It's an interpretation based on past experiences, fears, and beliefs you didn't consciously choose. How to stop failure from destroying you. Below are practices to help reprogram your thinking and break out of the self-destructive cycle. 1. Separate the result from your person. You are not your failure. You are not your job. You are not your mistakes. Failure is an event. You are a process, living, developing. Tell yourself, today didn't work out, That doesn't mean I'm bad. It means I need to try a different approach. 2. Reframe your internal dialogue. Pay attention to what you say to yourself when things fall apart. If you hear, "You messed it up again," it's always like this with you. You're not needed by anyone. Juem, this isn't your voice. These are old recordings left over from parental expectations, critics, past experiences. Start replacing them with others. I'm having a hard time right now, and that's okay. I can make mistakes and still be worthy. I'll manage. Maybe not right away, but I will. 3. Step aside, not back. When things aren't going well, you don't necessarily have to rush forward. Sometimes you need to step aside, change your angle, change your approach, change your goal. A setback doesn't always mean quit. Sometimes it says, think about where your real path is. 4. Discover your beliefs about yourself. Take a sheet of paper and honestly write, when I don't succeed, I think I am. I fear failure because if I could get rid of this fear, I would. You'll be surprised how many hidden programs live in your head. But if you illuminate them, you can rewrite them. You become the author of your own story. Building resilience. Resilience doesn't mean not feeling pain. It means continuing to live despite it. It means being able to move forward, even if there's a storm inside. Your resilience begins with a small choice. I will not destroy myself for not succeeding. A new life begins with this. Block summary. Failure is not a diagnosis. It's an experience. You don't have to be strong all the time. You are more than your achievements. You can break free from the cycle of self-criticism. Your pain isn't you. It's simply part of the journey. Ready to move forward. In the next block, we'll talk about the most important thing. Block 3. What to do when everything falls apart. The first steps in chaos. Where do you find a point of support when the world around you crumbles? How do you survive day by day when everything seems meaningless? Block 3. What to do when everything falls apart. First steps in chaos. When you're in a storm, you don't need to see the entire horizon. Just feel the ground beneath your feet. Sometimes everything collapses so abruptly that even breathing becomes difficult. You don't understand where you are, where to go, what to do, how to be. Life seems to have turned off the lights, pulled the rug out from under your feet, and left you standing in the dark without a map, a plan, or the strength. In such moments, the biggest mistake is trying to immediately find a global meaning or instantly fix everything. It's like trying to build a house while an earthquake is happening inside. The first thing you need is to stabilize your inner state. Don't think about the future yet. Your task is simply to stay afloat, step by step. First, stop. Acknowledge the chaos. The first thing you need to do is stop. Chaos destroys us most when we refuse to acknowledge that it exists. We try to hold on, get the most out of it, be productive, when inside everything screams, I can't. Stopping is not weakness, it's a signal. Yes, there's chaos now. Yes, it's hard, and that's okay. Name what's happening to you. I lost my job, and I'm afraid. I don't see the point, and it's driving me crazy. I'm burnt out, it hurts, I'm tired. The paradox, as soon as you acknowledge the chaos, you already rise above it. You are no longer drowning in it, you are observing it. 2. Minimize. Keep only the essential. When there's a crisis inside, you need to reduce everything to a minimum. Keep only what helps you not to collapse. Remove overload. Reduce the number of tasks. Turn off unnecessary noise, social media, news, unnecessary conversations. Focus on 3 simple things: sleep, food, movement. This isn't about solving everything. It's about preserving vital energy. You are not obligated to be productive in chaos. You are obligated to be alive. 3. Breathe. Return to your body. When the mind is overloaded, the way out is through the body. Now it's important not to think, but to feel. Right now, do this. Sit down. Feel the floor beneath your feet. Take a deep breath. Slowly exhale. Do it again and again. Place your hand on your chest. Tell yourself aloud, I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm alive. This simple action restores control. As long as you're breathing, you're controlling at least one thing in this chaos. This is already a foothold. 4. Write out all the mess from your head. Your head right now is like a full hard drive. Millions of thoughts. What if? Logically, what if I? Зрение. Почему это происходит со мной? Get it all out of yourself. On paper, without censorship. Sit down and write. Everything that scares you. Everything that isn't working out. All the what ifs. What if I? Why me? Why? This is a simple technique. Writing to chaos. After 2 to 3 pages, you'll feel things inside become a little quieter. You see your thoughts, and therefore you can process them instead of just suffering inside. 5. Find one survival task. When everything collapses, you don't need 10 goals. You need one simple thing you can do today to not get lost. This could be taking a shower, preparing a warm meal, calling a loved one, taking a 20-minute walk, writing one letter, doing one exercise. One action a day is already restoring control over your life. As long as you can move, you aren't broken. You've just temporarily lost your way. 6. Don't be alone. It's dangerous. Chaos loves isolation. When you're alone, your fears grow to the size of the universe. When someone is there with you, they become manageable. Don't look for someone who will fix everything. Look for someone who will simply listen. You can say, I'm having a hard time. I'm not asking for advice. Just be with me. If there's no one, seek a psychologist. It's not weakness. It's an investment in survival. 7. Don't rush the pain. Go through it. Pain doesn't like being denied. Pain goes away when it's lived through. Your task now is not to ruin away, but to live through it. It's scary, it's difficult, but it heals. Every feeling you honestly experience loses power over you. Cry if you want to. Scream into a pillow. Be silent if you have no strength to speak. Allow yourself to be alive, and you'll be surprised. Day by day, it will get easier. Build a foundation. 3 supports in chaos. 1. Physical support, movement, sleep, and food, the foundation for survival. Without it, the mind weakens. 2. Emotional support, contact with loved ones, self-acceptance, writing down feelings, boundaries. 3. Spiritual support, not necessarily religious. This can be music, art, prayer, nature, anything that reminds you of something bigger than the current pain. Summary. Don't look for meaning in a moment of chaos. Look for support. Don't try to win. Just stay in the moment. One step, one day, one breath, and you're already surviving.